Let me give an account of ethnic and religious tolerance in Nigeria. So I'll tell you a short story. This was about 2009. I was going to write a post-UME examination in one of the Nigerian universities. And in this very campus where the university is located, I needed to spend at least 1 or 2 days on campus while I prepared for the examination, or at least I needed a place to sleep after I'd written the examination on the very day of the exams, and probably before I leave the city on the next day. And I reached out to an old schoolmate. He's a Muslim. He's a Gira. He already had a program running in that university, and I told him I needed a place to stay if he could help me, and he said yes. He gave me the description to his place. He had an accommodation off campus, and I met with him a day to the exam. I met with him in the evening, and he took me to the house. And guess what? Arriving at the house, I got to realize that he lived with about 8 other people at least. So there were like 8 guys staying together in a very little space. This room was very little, and then the bathroom very, very small as well. The guys, I think most of them were Muslims, but amongst them we also had Christians, and it was no problem. They accepted me. I was allowed to stay the night with them, and they had a kind of schedule or a timetable to determine who is going to sleep in the house. A group of them will sleep in the house on a particular night, while the others who were not sleeping in the house would find somewhere else to sleep. I mean, this space was so small that I couldn't contain everybody, so I found a place to sleep. I think they probably gave me the most comfortable place in that space, and then about maybe 5 or 4 others slept in the small room with me. And another very interesting thing is in the morning, the following day, that was when I was going to write the exam, they all came together to pray. Yes, just like I said, the guy that was housing me is a Muslim, and a number of the guys in the house as well are Muslims, and maybe just a few Christians. But we had like a prayer session together, not just a short prayer session. It's seeking divine guidance before we go out into the day's activities. And like I said, a lot of these guys were Muslims. I don't even know, but I think the prayer pattern was more like in line with the Christian pattern of morning devotion. But somehow, maybe everybody still somehow got to express themselves. But that was really intriguing, and I mean, it was kind of strange to me. And we all had this joint session of prayer, and I guess this is what they did every day. We had this prayer, and then everyone went out for their businesses. And then when we were done for the day, I also wrote my exams, came back, and then I met some of them who did not sleep in the house that very night. And a routine will always repeat itself. I guess the guys who slept in the house that very day did not get to sleep the next day. So this is just simple. I think this is what unity is about. This is the rough idea of what a one Nigeria looks like if you are analyzing it from like a macro perspective.